Hi, everybody. I forgot to do any of my announcements today. I just realized. Also, there's a plant hanging in front. There's a leaf right there. Go to your home, please. Sorry. Looks like I'm in a jungle. Yeah, I forgot to do any of my announcements on Insta, on Threads, on even the Discord. I completely forgot. I actually got wrapped up in world building, fittingly. I got a bit of an inspiration. It's alright. So tell your friends if tell your friends to come hang out on stream because I didn't announce it to the wider world. So yeah, whatever. I didn't change anything. Yeah, I might have to send them out very quickly. Hang on. Alright. Hang on. Okay, hang on. Everybody's gonna, like, be scrambling very suddenly. Alright. I'm a professional. Put those sumbitches everywhere. Hey, Arcane, how are you? Hang on, I gotta change all my shit now. I didn't update anything. Oh my god. I don't care about TwitchCon, yeah. My tiny ass is gonna... No, I didn't want to do that. Hang on. Hang on, if I will be there in a second. I just have to change my shit. Hang on. I gotta change my fucking... everything. I gotta change everything. Hang on. World Building Wednesday. Okay. What was I gonna say? Oh, we're working on, gods and temples today. Alright, here we go. There's that. I'm a professional. I did nothing. Yes, more gods. I got, like I said, I got, wrapped up doing world building. I've been, I got the inspiration to start working on gods, cause, oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, hang on, I gotta switch this out. Go away. There you go. Sorry. I will be with you guys in a second. But I wanted to work on temples and, like, their worshippers and, like, what worship involves with each of these gods and stuff like that. So, because I thought that sounded cool and I hadn't figured that out. And gods in world building are the, seemingly the gift that keeps on giving. There's always more to figure out, it feels like, and, yeah, so I figured that we could work on that together. Give me 2 seconds. Okay. Streaming now. Build gods and temples. Okay. Hashtag TTRPG community. The only hashtag I use. And twitch.tv/Apple Blossom. Alright. Okay. Found a wonderful Pantheon online, which works perfectly for my world. And someone made tarot cards of these gods, and the deck is arriving in the mail today. Ooh, 72 gods in the Pantheon. Hell yeah. Ooh, post pictures when you get them. I would love to know more about that. Very, very much. Okay. Okay. There's that. I'm not gonna do a whole Instagram post right now because I would have to find a picture. And I'm not gonna do that. So. Alright. Just making sure that's there. Okay, cool. Yes. Right? Okay. Alright. So, yeah, as y'all can tell, my brain has been all over the place. Still dealing with stress from cats, still dealing with stress from life. And ants are still getting into our house. So, yeah, you know, it's it's a thing. I'm also looking at my setup here, and I probably should get like some sort of like riser for for the TV, so I can make it a little higher, because right now I'm looking down at you guys technically, which is not great. I'm kind of looking slightly downwards, and that's not great for the profile. It's not doing me any fucking favors. But we'll worry about that later. But yeah, we're gonna work on temples and gods and their worshippers, like their clerics and the ants are on me. Yeah, those are all your fault. So yeah, we're gonna take them back. We're gonna work on some god stuff today, again, just because, like I said, I was halfway through, right now. Here, let me change my screen. There we go. So, did that do it? Hang on, I got my, I don't want them, we don't want them either. 81, did I get another follower some way? Huh. I don't, oh my god, OBS, you're so bad. Every time I try to move, I just want to move my Twitch chat window out of the way so I can, like, look at my feed and make sure everything's chill. It resizes the Twitch chat and puts it in the window, it just says stream chat. I don't see any of the chat. It's really annoying. I just wish I could lock these little windows to where they are. But as far as I can tell, there's no way of doing that. So it's really annoying. Anyway, but yeah, I need a riser on this, but we're gonna do more gods. The window. I was halfway through, the Grim Pantheon. I was picking out pictures for, the gods as I was going. I've got the Raven Queen figured out. She's super pretty. Just imagine the mask here as like the typical like crow or raven shape, rather than just, you know, rather than just the masquerade thing. More of a raven shape.
Daddy.
She is indeed. Again, none of this art is mine. I do not claim any of it. I'm not making money on this. This is reference only, so please, artists, do not get mad at me. If you want me to take it down, I shall. Tiamat was an interesting thought process. We all know Tiamat is the big, crazy... This is the Tiamat we're all familiar with, yeah? All 5 colors of chromatic dragon represented in one form. But I want all of the gods to have a human form, at least. So I went with this because, A, that's kind of badass. To Peter Moorbacher's Angelarium. Is that a song? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Sounds cool. What's Angelarium? Angelarium. Also, I have to look way down to see the chat, which is annoying with this current setup. So I definitely need a riser, especially for when I stand up. Because my hip's been bothering me. Bald bitches are bad bitches indeed. I just love her fucking crazy cheekbones and shit. And like, there's still something like super awesome, powerful about her. I don't know. I like the scars and everything. Yeah, so I went with that for her human form, but she's still big dragon lady. Absolutely, 1000%. Then we've got Vecna, who's, we can guess, my guy, is a dead body, walking around. Looking kind of fierce doing it, but... Sorry, one sec. I don't know where that came from. Hang on. You ever just choke on your own throat? That wasn't even saliva. There's just like stuff. Ugh. I ate a banana. What am I choking on? Ugh. Oh god, hang on. Ugh. Sorry, I'm sure this is very attractive. Ugh. It's just in the middle of a word and my throat was like, fuck you. Ugh. Anyway. Vecna's coming after me. I'm a dead body now. Bananas. I don't know what it is. Yeah, bananas either make me burp or apparently make me choke for no fucking reason. Alright, I'm fine. Jeez. I'm not dehydrated. I've been drinking water all morning. The Angelarium displays a kind of hybrid human form and abstract form. My voice will eventually come back properly, I hope. That's cool. Yeah, so Vecna's kind of a dead body serving cunt. Is how I imagine him, is just kind of, he's kind of full of himself in this way. Then we have Leviatar, goddess of pain. I went with the Nosferatu on this one. A, because I love the Nosferatu. B, she shouldn't be an entirely happy goddess. Is Suchlaf, angel of verdancy. That's dope. Suchlaf? Suchlaf. Suchlaf, I assume. CH. It can be either one. Yeah, because a lot of the art of Leviatar is very dommy mommy, like, you know, crazy whips and cat o' nine tails and torture devices, which, yes, those are all part of her thing, but she's the goddess of pain. She should kind of be in pain all the time, or at least have that part of her pain. She can go into mania, but then she can go into the lower parts of it as well. So this is a beautiful picture of a Nosferatu I've had forever. I found it on Pinterest, so I do not know the artist, so sorry about that. But credit to the artist, because I fucking love Nosferatu so goddamn much. So much. If I were to choose a clan in VTM, it would be Nazis. I love them so much. Nazis. I'm saying Nazis, by the way. Not the other word. Nazis. N-O-S-S-I-E-S. Nazis. That's what they're called. It's a dangerous nickname, I understand. Then we got Umberlee. Now, I know we didn't make her a sea goddess specifically, but I do want to keep that. Not Brujah. I'm not smart enough for Brujah. Jump scared. Yeah, I know. I jump scared myself, where I was like, I should specify real quick. We didn't make her technically a sea goddess, but I wanted to keep that aspect of her because, you know, she's called the sea bitch. I think she should be part of it, and like sailors need a goddess to pray to and ask for help. So that anglerfish kind of vibe is super cool. I'm not smart enough for Brujah. Then we've got Thrasadune gave me some issues. Just because, I don't know, he was hard to, yeah, I know, Shelly's my bitch, but like, she's not all of me. That's why I made her Nosferatu the first time. If you don't know, this is my Nosferatu voice speaking about choking on your own throat.
Daddy alert.
Daddy alert. Yeah, this is my voice for my, well, formerly Nosferatu, now Brujah. Yeah. Yeah, so Thrasadune is the god of ignorance and sloth. Unfortunately, anytime you look up sloth, ideas, they're all fat and, like grotesque and monstrous, which is not what I'm going for with this pantheon. Like, there's a lot of badass, designs for, like, sloth and envy and, like, all those seven sins, and it's cool, but it's not what I'm going for, as none of these people are meant to be inherently bad or monsters for that reason. They all have avatars of, like, them more powerful and kind of, like, leveled up as gods, but I didn't want them to be naturally monstrous. So, then we got Vralishaz, god of insanity and ill luck. Apparently this guy is from an anime. Didn't know that. I just really like the way he looked, and he looks a bit crazy and down on his luck. Credit to Sukahige, or Sukahige, as far as the artist goes. But apparently we're working on more god stuff. Stinks, hi, how are you? How was your day yesterday? And today. But yeah, apparently he's from an anime. I don't know which one. By the way, oh my god, okay, hang on. Speaking of anime, hang on, let me give it, hang on. Let me go through, okay, I left off at Moander because I could not figure out what I wanted him to look like, but we'll figure that, not the greatest, no, why not? I hope it gets better. I just choked on my own throat, so there's that. I'm not doing 1000% either. But, right, so, speaking of anime, me and husband have been watching Dungeon Meshi. Holy fuck. I love that anime so goddamn much. We're at episode... We just finished episode 6, I think? So we're like halfway through. Garden golems, you guys. Those are absolutely going to exist in Galdor, and I cannot wait to design them. I wet the bed last night. Oh, had to ask my brother for a spare pair of pants because my spare pants are over at my grandma's being washed. I feel icky about it. Are you okay? Like medically? Like, is there like a... I hope you're okay. That sounds rough. But, yeah, so garden golems I'm obsessed with the concept of, and I'm going to design those at some point. I don't know if I'm going to have them as a regular thing, or maybe some lost, been there, friend, yeah, some lost magic that maybe can be refound. All I know is it's going to be part of my current campaign at some point. Yeah, so, hell yeah. I just tend to experience incontinent issues around the late spring, early summer. Wow, that's really specific. The fact that it's seasonal, I've never heard of such a thing, but at least it's something you're kind of used to. 6-hour drive back home makes for dangerous territory. Yeah, that's true. Well, I hope you feel better, and that calms itself down, because I can only imagine dealing with that. Right, so... Oh, hang on a second. Actually, I need to do this with this page. There we go. Alright, but yeah, garden golems we'll get to eventually. So, I left off with the pictures with Moander, because that was proving difficult. I'm thinking, like, he should be masked. Largely stress-based, that makes sense. That's like my night terrors, I do that too. Heat brings a lot of stress, hence why it's sort of kind of seasonal. Interesting, okay, that makes sense. Yeah, most of my sleep issues have to do with stress myself. Right, so I was trying to find a picture for Moander. He's a god of isolation. That's why I was thinking he should be masked. And again, I don't want them to be too monstrous. And hey, it's Matt Mercer. That is supposed to be Matt Mercer, isn't it? Oh, it's a video. It looks like Matt Mercer. Who is that? Maybe it's not. Kind of looks like it's meant to be. My snoring, mild apnea, stress, but yeah. Yeah, apnea's a rough one. Husband had a fight with that early in college, which was rough. Oh, sorry, I thought that was Stink saying it. Yes, your apnea stress, sorry, I didn't see your name. Yes, husband has dealt with apnea, and you haven't had it too bad in any recent memory. It was when we were pretty young, when you were in college. So yeah, I've just been trying to find something that represents what I'm thinking of Moander, but I guess I haven't sat down and really thought about how I think of him as a god. Then we've got Casimir, Hemikora. I feel like that one's gonna be easy. Sharess will be easy because she exists, and Gargoth. Those other ones, Shareth and Gargoth. Sharess and Gargoth. Blah. Both actually exist in the meta, so those probably shouldn't be too hard to find, or at least something to base our design off of, so we'll go with that. Yeah, so that's what we'll be working on today, as well as I took, here. I started with Bahamut, because he was my first one. I've been taking and looking for pictures for outfits of clerics and paladins under each god. Again, I only got like a couple in, but I've gotten some of these. Again, none of this is mine, but I've got these armors kind of chosen. This is kind of more of like, this is light armor, this is medium armor, and then heavy armor. A lot of these, and not by any search for me, I just search armor, or like person in armor, or NPC in armor or something, and most of the ones that I've found, I think at this point all of the ones I have found have been femme presenting. That was not part of my search, it's just those are the ones that come up first. I don't know if that's my algorithm or just Pinterest itself. But yeah, so just imagine these with, instead of just basic silver, there's platinum. I can immediately think of a potential reason someone might worship Himakora. Drive and motivation to use one's anger constructively. Absolutely. Then that was Bahamut. Gond. This is kind of a... This is a medium to heavy armor. Again, kind of that weird amalgamation of somebody's creations. Kind of just as part of their armor, makes sense. Most of them are probably artificers or, you know, inventors in some way. This is a lighter version. Again, imagine it as in leather. So that's what I found for Gond. Then, Hanali. Hanali gave me some trouble, actually. Here's like a basic robe that, like somebody within a temple of hers, like, would, like, walk around and, like, do services and stuff like that. It's just a really pretty dress. And I just like that very flowy kind of, she likes red and reddish colors, so that it fit. She's really pretty. Then I've got this for like a lighter armor. This is of course AI, because I mean, what is that shiny thing that all AI seems to do? I don't understand that. Anyway, so yeah, again, lighter leathers, in red. Red, yes, exactly. And then a heavier armor, or heaviest armor, which is badass, and the rose motif feels like accurate. So very extra and very badass, something that kind of accentuates the female form, I think, even though it's not functional. Magic exists, so we can make it make sense. So yeah, so kind of things that make you look your best in shape and form, since she is the goddess of beauty. That just kind of makes sense for me. In better news, I had a cherry cola flavored chocolate bread a while ago. Wow, I think I've actually had something like that. I don't remember if it was cherry. I remember somebody making cola, like bread with cola, and that was very interesting. Lyra. This is again, she's the goddess of rest. What is it? Make sure I say it right. Joy, peace, and rest. That's it. And then, so she's way more chill. Her followers are chill. So again, basic clothing for anybody, any acolytes basically, that like tend to her temples or sacred spots. This I liked for like the lighter armor, the leathers, because it's like, it's got that ruffly thing, but it's still functional. The cola helps leaven the bread when used, although I cannot outright do it alone. Right. And then this is kind of a medium to heavy armor. Again, trying to find things for, specifically for Lyra, that look comfy still. And not overly dramatic in regards to that. Mistra, I got a couple. Again, normal robes. I'm feeling her color is very purple. She likes purple. Purples and deep blues and the like. So with that, and then something a little bit more. This is like a medium mage armor kind of thing. I know most mages can't use medium armor, but again, if you cross-class, you can make it work. And just if you worship Mistra while cross-classing, you can do that. And clerics, of course. Did I get to Tamora? No, I didn't get to Tamora yet. So yeah, that's where I left off with them. So I took the basically the Yep, the template, there it is. The template from the, like, Faerunian wiki site of, like, the gods, and it includes, like, descriptions, offerings, personality, powers, aspects, realms, activities, relationships, servitors, worshippers, and all of those, and then history and origins. Temple template. I'm actually gonna start each of these with the bottom one, because I want to figure out their origins. Stone template pilots, yes, indeed. Because god origins are very interesting. Hemacora's favorite colors are obvious. Blood red like passion and blood. Yeah, that's correct. Yes, exactly. So if we know anything about fucking gods, like in our world, of other pantheons, they all come to be born in the wildest fucking ways ever. You know, like, Venus or Aphrodite was born by throwing a bunch of genitals into sea foam, and then she just came out. There you go. That's it. If you didn't know that, there you go. Let's see. Oh god, there's so many good ones. Athena was born out of the head. Same. The head of her father. And yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. It's just like, those are the two ones that I remember the most because they're just wild. Yeah, so it's gonna be fun to figure that out, because again, you have to, like, pull things back to existence before life, because these things, these entities existed before they made life. So we have to, a basket of genitalia, basically. I forget why somebody did that, but yeah, basically, it was just, they just threw it in the sea, and she's just like, I'm here now. That's weird. Anyway, so you have to think about not just, like, what happened to make them into what they are, but why, and how does that inform them as a god or goddess, which is cool. It's a cool thought process, but it's interesting to think about. So we're gonna start with the two biggies. We're gonna start with Melora and the Raven Queen. There you go. So Melora, floating in existence, let's say, like, some form of celestial bodies existed, just floating in nothingness, before there was nothing. We're not gonna go with necessarily nothing, but things were floating around in negative nothing space. Okay, I should probably read, where does she actually come from? Hang on, actually I should read the, because we might just steal it wholesale, and that's what good DMs do. Where do you come from? No, not that one. Melora, Faerun. Okay. No, critical role. Here we go. This one? Goddess of Nature. Here we go. Nope. Channel Divinity. Melora. Oh, Dragon Magazine. Oh, jeez. Is that not what she's called? Hang on. Faerun. God of Nature. Let's do that. Sylvanas. That's the one. Talos. And Shantae. Life and Bounty. Relationships, worshippers, aspects. Okay, they might not all have... She was born when Toril was created by the primeval battles between Shar and Selûne. Selûne... And I will always say it's Selûne, because Selûne drives me crazy. There's no little thing above the E, so Selûne is how I've always pronounced it. I don't care what Baldur's Gate 3 says. Selûne favored her and nurtured her with her light, with the help of Mistral. Okay. Sylvanas. He's like the god of the hunt? Wild nature. Selûne. Selûne. Where did you come from? Wave planar immigrants. Planar immigrants came from another world and settled on Toril. One of these groups became People came from a rugged land with a culture tied to nature, the sea, and the warrior history of its dozen king greater god. What? They brought along with them their own style of society and faith, the worship of Celtic deities such as Sylvanus. As was a common practice, the Celtic pantheon, whenever it was established itself in a world, Sylvanus would go on to join one of the local pantheons, seeing as he was being pushed out of power in his own. Huh. Okay, so it looks like they didn't really go into that aspect of it, which is a shame because it's interesting to think about. So, Melora was born... Let's see. Toral's first life were aliens. I think that there was always like this precursor group that were technically aliens, I think. I don't know. I don't know. I've never really read too far into... Oh, ad break. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back, and I changed my pants because those overalls do not breathe. Those are almost completely polyester, I think, and it's just, whew, the heat doesn't go anywhere. Okay. I have an idea for Melora and Raven Queen's origins. She could have been born from the first star to pop into existence, form out of solid, positive life energy. On the contrary, the Raven Queen could have been birthed from the first death of a star, the first nova or black hole. Ooh, that's interesting. Well, what made the stars? it's just something I think about now. Well, I guess just, yeah. Okay, no, that's great, because then, alright. Okay, we'll go with that. Let's say the Raven Queen... no. Hang on. I have to think. Husband's excited. I like that. What if we do something, because again, I want to make sure that they are considered equal in power. So, isn't there like some sort of crazy celestial event that when like two hey Baker, sorry. Can't talk today. How are you? We're working on some more god stuff. Isn't there some sort of celestial event? I don't know, I'm not a space person, so somebody correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't there some sort of celestial event where two, like, stars or bodies will, like, get caught in an orbit and slowly get closer and closer and closer and closer to each other, and then they'll, like, hit each other and explode? Something like that? Like, they're gravitate... Well, there's also, like, if, like, one is so big, it gets caught in... The other one gets caught in the gravitational pull and then explodes because the gravitational pull is, like... so strong? Something like that. It's possible. Yeah. So I want maybe two stars, right? Pop into existence at the same time. Just because. Let's, you know, in the infinite universe. I'm doing alright, having a pretty hard decision to make on one campaign I play in. Oh. I know that feel. We just finished a 15-year campaign last weekend, so I get it. It's possible for two bodies to orbit each other forever peacefully. It's possible and recorded to happen, but doesn't have a dedicated term. Oh, okay. Alright, so let's say two stars blip into existence at the same time. We're not gonna worry too much about why or how or what. Just celestial events happened because reasons. Same reason we don't worry about what the stars are doing right now, as far as we're concerned. So, these two stars blip into existence very close to each other, cosmically speaking. Slowly over eons, drift closer and closer, kind of come into this joint orbit, this dance, if you will. We'll come up with a cool name for it, probably. Eons and eons, and eventually they draw closer and closer. And this is it's cool because then this can serve as kind of a foreshadowing to their relationship as sisters, right? So they're sisters of the sky, they exist, and eventually they both get so close to each other that they tear each other apart into two different states of matter. Melora is born out of the nebula the nebula that is caused by this explosion, that's what a nebula is. It's like an explosion of star matter, correct? That's why they look so pretty? That's what I'm remembering from my science classes in high school? I don't remember. Something like that. And then, so Melora starts there, has her nebula, you know, I don't know, we'll figure out a cool name for it. That's where the garden is set. That's where she was, that's our Milky Way, if you will. Right? So, and then the other star gets tossed in a similar fashion and turns into a black hole. I don't know if that's how black holes are made, let's just go with it. A nebula is a cloud of dust and gas. That was originally created by an explosion, no? Right? I thought that's what they were. Well, we'll go with that. That's what this nebula is. Fuck it. And then this other star collapses and becomes a black hole. And the Raven Queen, or who she was before, because we still need to figure out who the Raven Queen was before. Because she was like maybe a goddess of like just another opposite goddess, right? She was, you know, whatever. She steps out of this black hole. Nebulas can be made of stars, but nebulas do not necessarily require stars to exist. Oh, okay. So, well, this nebula is then. Melora's nebula is that one, and it's made of stars, star stuff. And then the black hole, Raven Queen kind of steps out of it. You know, they meet and embrace as sisters, as two sisters that were born twins at the exact same time. No one's older than the other one. This happened all at once, all at the same time. They are of equal footing, okay? So, the two sisters were the only things existing for a long time, positive and negative. So, Melora has stayed the course, and like all things, that the only constant in the world is change, and the Raven Queen exists to embody that. And so she's the one that has changed, but she was something else before. The thing is, my character is in an organization. The boss of the organization saved my character and made me join it. Cool. After 3 years in game time, I meet the boss of the organization again with my party. Problem is, one of my fellow party members got his legendary item stolen and sold to the boss of the organization. He decided to fight the boss. Oh god. Well, which now I have to decide if I want to fight my own boss, who saved my life, or fight my entire party with the boss. Is there no talking him down? I'm somebody that tries to avoid a fight personally, in character and out. So, does somebody have calm emotions? Something. I wouldn't worry about being too scientific about it. Yeah, no, I know. If one star could turn into a black hole, the other would too. Just go with feels cool. If one star would turn into a black hole, the other would too. Yeah, no, I'm not worried about it. They just, and then two things happen. They step out, and they're both born of the. I tried to make a deal with my party, but they aren't listening. Woof. That's a rough one. Well, see if you can make it. My suggestion, what I would try to do is try to make a deal with the boss if the party's not listening. That would be my next step if you haven't already tried that. If not, yep, that's your 50-50 chance. But yeah, so the energy of goddess of creation and goddess of destruction basically is kind of how they were umbrella terms when it was just them. Lock in the fantasy, science, cosmic stuff before Quark gets here. It's true. It's true. We appreciate Quark, but man, does he know a lot of stuff that I don't, and a lot of that stuff takes a long explanation that I'm not willing to put into my game world. So, okay. Alright, so creation and destruction exist alone in the universe for however long, eons. Then slowly but surely, those two explosions, or, well, one's explosion and one implosion, if you will, the energy, like the Big Bang, the energy created by both are responsible for the other gods being born. We'll talk about what that means as we go and in what order. We'll have to look at the gods and, like, list what happened first from there. Okay, so the sisters get together, living in Melora's Nebula for a while. And then... So, Melora is born at the same time as her sister. Tried that. The boss wanted to sell it back for us for 125k. Woof! Legendary item sells for 250, but we don't have that much gold. The party member already made the boss angry when they threw a wine bottle at the boss. Jesus Christ. Yep, alright, that sounds like a typical D&D party. Yep, that's your choice. I mean, I don't know your character's relationships and how close they are to either of these groups of people, so... Yeah, it would depend entirely on that from me. In the... Okay. Melora was, 2 stars came into existence. Bahamut and Gon could have been formed in the first asteroid to form from the nebula stuff. Ooh, that's fun. Been hearing Take My Whiskey Neat by Hoosier a lot here at work. Oh yeah, that fucking song's everywhere and I fucking love it. God, Hoosier's hot. Okay. Work with me. There we go. With my party, not much. Well, I feel like Hoosier, yeah. You did use Hoosier as in like the people from Wisconsin. It's Hoosier. Hoosier? It's a Z. I think. Is it? With your party, not much? That sounds like your decision has been made, my friend. I know that might be the retirement of this character. Ohio, thank you. Sorry. Yeah, you're right. Not Wisconsin. I'll piss... That's where my fucking family's from. I'd piss somebody off, I'm sure. Not my grandparents. My grandparents are from Wisconsin. No, Indiana, not Ohio. Okay, we're both wrong. Let's all be wrong. Up north. I don't know. I've never been there. 2 stars came into existence at the same time. Over eons. Whoops. Eons. Their orbits were locked to each other and drifted closer, and they eventually collided. Jesus. Can't type. 1 star formed a nebula with its not detritus, with its matter, I guess. The other collapsed into darkness. Both sisters stepped out of their respective stars in that moment. There. Okay, fun. I can pretty much one-shot at least one of my party members with my spell because level 6 I am able to do 4 Eldritch Blast in one turn. God damn. Well, I think that's also a I don't know if you've already had this conversation with your DM, but if it were me as your DM, I would want a conversation with you before we decide to go down with that. 2 because Warlock, other 2 because of my item. Cool. I would have a conversation with your DM because the DM might choose to take your character sheet as a boss fight kind of thing, and control you, or let you do it. I don't know. It would be up to the DM. I wouldn't, but some DMs might, because you are considered an NPC at that point. But after, I would also, as a DM, probably ask you what are your... It'll be really funny if you were the last one to survive. That'd be a hell of a campaign. I don't know what I'd do as a DM. I'd be here for it. I'd deal with it. And I'd also ask my fellow players, outside of game, outside of character, have a discussion. If you haven't already. I'm sure you have. But just this understanding that, hey, my character's goal is to kill you guys. There you go. And vice versa. And as long as everybody's going into that choice willingly and consentingly and understand that this means death, then, and everybody is cool with it, then yes, absolutely. But if people don't want to lose their characters to this, I'd be careful, personally, because hurt feelings happen, especially if you care about the characters a lot. So... specify if your character means to kill or just knock out the other characters. You can absolutely do that. You could just go non-lethal. Ask your DM if they'll allow that. And then, yeah, just have a frank conversation with your players, not in character. Just put the character sheets away. That is not... This is... How can we be sure that we're all having fun by the end of this? Because some people... don't have fun if their characters fucking die, randomly. So, that's just me. So, that's what I would suggest. Because, you know, I don't know your group, so hopefully they're all mature and cool people. So yeah. I know that's why I'm having such a tough deciding problem. Well, have you talked to them? Be open with the players so they don't use the excuse of it's what my character would do in the moment. Yes. If you sit down and talk to them about here's my choice and here's where I'm leaning, because it's frankly, it sounds like you're leaning towards helping out the boss, which is totally fine as an RP decision. But you need to make that clear to the players, not to the characters. So go into whatever group chat or sit down, go to lunch or coffee together and be like, okay, here's what we're dealing with. I don't know who I can take out, but talk about whether your character is willing to take them out or if they're gonna go non-lethal. And if you're gonna go non-lethal, don't try to get the boss to do so as well, if possible. But yeah, sit down with your players and your DM, your fellow players and your DM, and then figure it out, because this is how games get murdered. We play online. Okay, there you go. Go into your group chat then. Let them know. Let them know where you're leaning. Let them know why, because that's important. And let them know if your goal is indeed to murder them, because either they need to be prepared with a new character, or they gotta tell you, hey, I'm not cool with that, and that's not fun to me. Which is absolutely, completely viable for anyone involved. Same for you. Are you willing to let this character die? You have to be honest. You have to think about these things. It's rough. It's a rough situation. I'm not saying it's not. But it seems like you tried to exhaust basically all of your diplomatic choices, and now this is the choice that you're left with. So there you go. That's my suggestion anyway. Not telling you what to do, just saying what I would like to see as a DM. Alright. Alright, so. Both sisters in existence at the same time, living in the nebula, having a good time. Commit real-life murder to avoid awkward situation. I'm sure there's a book or a show that is that exact thing. Okay, great, cool. So that's our origins for both the Raven Queen and Melora. Let me grab this and I'll just change it around to fit the Raven Queen. Hang on. I also have to change what she was. She was something else before the Raven Queen. When the Raven Queen was born, she was a goddess of destruction, no, of negative energy. That's kind of a good umbrella term, I guess. And then known as, she was a Denny's. Let's see, what's a cool name? Or maybe it's not even her real name, like maybe nobody knows. Like only Melora would know what her real name is. I mean, we can definitely know that, but if we can't think of anything. So Melora... Hang on, I got a board. I have a board for that. As someone who frequents Denny's, so true. I mean, Waffle House better than Denny's. I'll fight everybody. But Waffle House is the best shit garbage breakfast food ever. Alright, what are some cool... I've got some dark... Here we go. Let's see. Dark feminine names. So we have Melora, Malvolia. That sounds like a disease. You have Malvolia. I'm sorry. It's terminal. Golgotha. Maud, Delilah, Tammany, Sabrina, Belinda. No offense to anyone actually named that, but like, I can't say that name normally. Names meaning darkness. Fucking Onyx! Go Onyx, I choose you. Tenebris, that's boring. Nariza. Hadion means destroyer. What if we call her Kalemva? Like feminine version of Calibor. Yeah, that's true. Corvina. I mean, we could go right for the throat and say Corvina, but that's kind of a bit on the nose as well, huh? Mallory. Melora and Mallory? That's kind of cool. They're twins. Having kind of matching names is cool. Let's see. Melora and Mallory? That's not boring? Blackbird Lady Raven? Mallory. Got that Mal in there, which, like, malcontent, melodious, like, all that kind of stuff, so. That's cool. Well, we'll stick with Mallory for now. I gotta remember not to accidentally use that name for an NPC. Okay, cool. So that's Raven Queenie. That's done. Alright, so who was first? Let's see. Who did you say about the asteroids? Hang on. Where did your... Bahamut and Gond. Okay. Well, I need like the mirror and the dark mirror to be kind of born at the same time out of the same thing. Having two light god... Well, I guess that makes sense. Okay, hang on. What of these things was first? Is the fucking question. So, in the timeline, like, things like trade, arts, hospitality, all of those things will be later, after life is created, right? So Mystra is magic. And then Thrasadune is ignorance and sloth. Alright. So yeah, Mystra would be necessary. Hi, Thumbs. Can you come and say hi? Thumbs is feeling much better, as you can tell, as he's got his butt up in my business right now. You probably can't see him. There. Can you see him now? Hang on. Hey, buddy. Come here. Psst. Hey, you. Put your head up, stupid. Up here. Oh, barely. Come on. Come on. Can you come up here? I don't want to pick you up because you've been iffy. Come here. Come here. Come say hi to Chet. They haven't seen you in so long because you haven't been feeling good. There he is. There's my boy. He's been much better. Oh, you're so good. Thumbs, or Asher rather, is I think he's currently hiding in the linen closet. He's going to the vet tomorrow, which will be exciting. There you go. He hasn't been eaten right, so we're gonna fucking figure out that because they're driving me crazy. But yeah, Thumbs is much better. He's climbing on shit, as you can see. Just all up in the biz, so I'm taking that as a good sign. You wanna come over here in the corner so people can stare at your little nosy? All right there. All right there. Yes, that's good. Is he on? Kind of. Just in the bottom corner. That's good. Okay. Cat cam. I love you. You have food out. Neither of them are eating what they used to eat. Like, neither of them want dry food anymore. Which, though it is the less, like, healthy one, it's still good for their teeth, what's left of yours. So I got dental treats that they seem to still like, so we'll do that. I might have to go full wet food for both of them, which is going to be a whole fucking thing because it's expensive. But, a good aligned reason for someone worshipping Thrasadune, to try and get themselves to fight their insomnia. Oh. Sloth is just as much rest and respite as it is laziness. Maybe Thrasadune is created when first mortal fell asleep. Ooh, that's good. Okay, hold on to that. I might ask for it later. Alright, so Mystra was first. Mystra and Thrasadune. So, well, okay, so they have to... magic has to exist before mortals. Which means her dark mirror has to exist before mortals. Because again, these are sets. Light and dark. You know, positive, negative. Both of these yin and yang kind of things that exist. So we need a not mortal based reason for them to exist. So Mystra, I got Melora stuck in my head now. Let's see, Mystra, what would create magic without mortals? Or maybe I have to wait until there are mortals. Well, then it would be after... Well, fuck. Because, okay, with the way we have the timeline, is all the gods existed for the... Galdor was made after all the gods, like, existed. Which was the so mortals had to exist elsewhere. Oh, this is hard. Okay. Okay, so... I want most, if not all of the gods to be born out of situations that didn't require mortal interference, if that makes sense. Just, again, I know there's a lot of shit that happens, but like, so we have Melora and Mallory. Mystra is tough to being magic is basically energy, which is older than the cosmos. Right. So the energy exists. It just has to come together and form Mystra. So before, you know, during these eons where it was just the two sisters, this energy was scattered. No, we don't need to dial Mr. down. What do you mean? Mr. being the first daughter of the family, whatever, sister, I don't know, younger sister of the two main sisters makes sense to me. I just, this energy exists. This energy is there, but it's exploded. It's all over the place. So the two sisters do something. What would be a spell or something magical that the two sisters would come together on, and that would be what is... Are they lonely? Maybe they're like, hey, we need a third, and then they accidentally create two, and they're like, well, fuck. Do they get bored? Do they want another playmate? Do they want... I mean, it would be... Oh, God. In this weird way, do they want a mother? Like... Oh, that's sad. What? Oh, there's an ad. Maybe Mr. and Thrasadune were both formed when their respective deities slept. Mr. was born of dreams and wonder. Oh, Thrasadune was birthed of the act of sleep itself. Melora slept, and the energy coalesced. Her dreams formed Mystra. Raven Queen slept, and her boredom formed Thrasadune. Well, I would go with that if we didn't already have dreamscapes connected to both of them that made the Feywild. How do you learn about the world and yourself when you have no parents to teach you? You experiment, right? So the girls are frolicking in this, you know, in this space. And though, yes, Raven Queen Mallory at this point isn't necessarily known for frolicking, she still takes time. And so this is very Thor Loki energy, right? Okay. The Marvel one, not the... Yeah. So Melora is the energetic one, absolutely. So Melora and Mallory. Oh, were you on? Oh, okay. I would say because I already have dreamscapes connected to both of their heads. Their dreams, and one's the Feywild and one's the Shadowfell. That doesn't... I mean, the Shadowfell kind of makes sense for Thrasadune, but the Feywild really, really doesn't make sense for Mystra, from my outlook on it. So I don't think that's quite where we're going. I think they were both born from some sort of experiment. They tried to create something, and they succeeded, but what were they taking and making, trying to create? It was just pulling energy. They wanted not necessarily rules, but they wanted a system. Weaving. It's the weave. They were making a tapestry, or a blanket, or something. There was a blanket of star stuff. Okay, alright, okay, yes. There's some sort of... Oh, that's cool. There's like some cosmic loom, which is fucking badass to think about. Okay, alright, hold on. Mystra was born when Melora and Raven... The blanket piss perfect, that's what I'm saying! And then they sleep. And, oh my god, and that's the weave! Ah! That's so cute! Okay. Okay. Wanted to sleep after eons of, living in the... whatever the nebula is called, we will name it later. Okay. They needed to weave a blanket. And so they took the energy, and star stuff, I'll just call it star stuff because that's much more fantasy driven, around them and began to weave it. Not wave it, weave it. Over time, this became a blanket large enough to encircle the known Galaxy, sure. That's cool. Galaxy. And from that blanket was born the capital W Weave. Mystra was born from the design on the top, I guess, of the blanket. And her brother, Thrasadun, was born of the bottom. The dark side. With this origin, I'm now imagining Mystra and Thrasadun having stitch embroidery lines along their back, hidden behind their attire. Ooh, I love that. Yes. Okay. Hell yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna take this, and I'm gonna put this over in Thrasadun, and just change it to make it about him. Okay. Thrasadun. Nope. Divine plushy people. I love that. Oh, fucking work with me. There you go. Mystra. And... oops. Thrasadun was born at the bottom. Haha! That's so cute! I love the idea of them both being, like, tied together. That's cute. Okay. See, we figured it out. Alright, now, next. Craft, innovation, and inspiration. I feel like Gond would be next. Gond and Vecna. So Gond... There's innovation. The girls have already innovated. They wove together a blanket. Like, that's something new. That's something that hadn't been done in any way. Certainly not on a cosmic level. So... Was there a loom? Was there a physical, like, actual loom? They build something? Because, like, the first invention... Maybe... Okay. So... Fire. Fire was a big fucking thing. Maybe Gond made the loom. Yeah, but well, how does he exist to make the loom if the loom was first? You know? Here... Okay. The sisters were all... Okay, so their first experiment was kind of a success. Not only did they get their blanket and get to go to sleep, but they now have 2 siblings out of that. Cool. That's gonna make you really inspired to try stuff. And now they have 2 more siblings to do so. So, with the energies of positivity and negativity, matched with magic and, you know, sloth, Gond and Vecna were the loom that created the weave. Okay, any new item or thing they make slowly amalgamates into a person. That's good, I like that. But how is Vecna also born out of this thing? What parts are each of them? The cutting? Like, because a loom, you weave into the little things and then you press it down and that makes it this tight weave, right? And that makes the blanket. So there's no... What was it made out of? What was the loom? I mean, obviously star stuff, but like... Vecna was cutting implement, Gond was the frame. Oh, the spindle! Oh, born out of a spindle! Ooh, that's fairy tale as shit! I love that. Okay. Vecna was... Okay. Gond was born when Melora and the Raven Queen, there she is. we're finished weaving the blanket of weaving the weave. There's no the weave. They had, let's say, they had no further use for the loom. And so it was left over time. The shears? I guess shears? The Stardust shears? Ooh! Stardust shears. That sounds like our relic. That sounds like our relic for Vecna. Start thinking about cool shit for that. The Stardust shears and the... What's a cool name for a spindle? Something... Space spindle. That sounds like it could be a sword. Like, how fucking cool. No, wait. He was made up. Sorry. I got it backward. I love the alliteration. Yeah. So the Stardust shears and the loom. The cosmic loom. No. The frame. Cosmic spindle. I need another word. Spindle. Spindle. Wait, the spindle's the needle. Does that cut? Is that what that spindle is? Right? I don't know. Spindle. What's a spindle? A round stick with tapered ends. Oh, that's the twisting bit. Okay, I got it. Okay, we're good. Okay, so the spindle... Oh my god. Okay, hang on. Word hippo, save me. That's another, alert or something that we need is word hippo, save me. Saved by the hippo. Okay. So, cosmic. What's some other words for cosmic? Stellar spindle. It's fucking stellar. Celestial spindle? Heavenly spindle. Astronomical spindle. Astral spindle. Astral spindle? Do you like astral better, or what was the other one that I said? Celestial or astral spindle? Celestial spindle, astral spindle. Astral spindle. Like astral? Okay. And the astral spindle. So we've got this is how we're coming up with our cool ass relics for all of them. Okay. Became collected the energy around them and birthed the brothers. Okay. Eating baked potatoes with jelly right now? You come up with the strangest food combinations. What kind of jelly? Grape? Grape, yeah. Grape is the only jelly, as far as I'm concerned. And birth the brothers. Okay. Alright. That's fucking cool. I'm already here for this. So now we have relics to make for both of these. Cosmic shears and the astral spindle. Very cool. They make a sweet potato. Yes, but no. A sweet potato is a very different flavor from a potato with jelly on it. But I get it. I'd be like carrot jelly. Oh god, is there such a thing? That sounds awful. Ugh. Okay, cool. There we go. Alright. So we've got Gond and Vecna. Good. Now, we do need... Okay. So, joy, peace, and rest. Obviously. There's a carrot chutney, if I remember correctly. Interesting. So, Lyra, goddess of joy, peace, and rest. They have a blanket. They're going to rest now. Okay? But that also means that the goddess of contempt, uncertainty, and weariness. I mean, weariness causes you to rest. Interesting. Or should it be love? Community. Ooh, that's hard. Should it be joy, peace, and rest, or love, beauty, and community first? Ooh, I don't know. Or, oh man, even good fortune, celebration, and exploration. Oh, those all make sense. Do all the gods have to come about the same time? No, not necessarily. Community later when it starts getting crowded. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, that's fair. Okay, so we'll do community later. They don't have to come around at the same time. This can be like, this could be eons between the sisters being born and frolicking, and then the loom being created, and then over time, which would be eons, this is cosmic time, remember, over eons, then the loom and the shears become sentient, basically, and are born, and now we're just kind of stepping to the next bit. These all have to exist before Galdor, before the Cosmic Garden, really. So that's why community comes around when the garden is made. Okay, that makes sense. So that would mean community would be the last thing. So that's born out of the agreement that they make. Okay. All right, that makes sense. That's what we'll do with that. Okay. All right, so community out. So joy, peace, and rest. Yeah, let's do joy, peace, and rest, which also means contempt, uncertainty, and weariness. This is very interesting. These feel like story prompts, you know, where it's just like, here, add all of these concepts have to exist in this story. So, though it's not required, Umberlee is kind of an ocean goddess. So, she's not required to be in the ocean. That's one of the things that she does. You know, she likes water. So, something with water, joy, peace, and rest, just lying next to a river, some cosmic river where the okay, so they have their blanket and they have their friends born out of these things. They could also be born before actually Gond and Vecna, technically, because again, it's eons. So the sisters could have gone and taken their nap, and that's when these two come about, before Gond and... Hang on, I have a timeline? Duh, hang on. Is that... No, it's under GMing stuff, I think. Okay, timeline. C equals nebula. Yeah, I'm thinking of like cosmic... I'm thinking of those whales that were in Treasure Planet. Alright, so... Okay, so... Melora and Raven Queen, or C equals void, that's true, are born from twin stars that collide, and one creates a nebula, the other a black hole. The sisters exist, Void Bitch instead of Sea Bitch. Void Bitch is cool. For a time living together in the nebula. Then, let's see. Gond. Hello, thank you for following Radio Demon. Please don't try to sell me anything, because, no offense, but I get a little jumpy about people that follow without chatting at all. So if you try to sell me anything, okay, good. Thank you. I hope you understand. There's been a lot of that recently, and I'm just trying to be aware. So I appreciate your follow more than even I did before. She can still be Sea Bitch, just a different type of, just as in the Astral Sea. Yeah. But Void Bitch, Sea Bitch can be, like, traded out. I like that. But yes, welcome Radio Demon. Thank you for not trying to sell me anything. Living together in the nebula. Gond and Vecna. Oh, here. The sisters have a need to create something. Oh, it's not sorry, it's Mystra first. Okay. They take the star stuff around them and weave it together. Trying to get your guidance with a cool concept and how to go about importing it to D&D. Oh, well then, I am more than willing. Yes, absolutely. Let me know. And I'm here to give what concepts I do, and as well as anybody in chat, I'm sure. Stinks is really good at that kind of stuff. Yeah, please do. I'm not good at porting, mechanically, but there's probably somebody in chat that is, so I can give my ideas and they can go crazy. Creating the weave itself. Okay. Then, let's see, Mystra, yeah. Mystra and Thrasidune. Thrasidune. I always spell it weird. Thrasidune. Zidune are born of the blanket weave that the sisters make. Okay. Then Gond and Vecna are born from the cosmic loom that wove the blanket together. Okay. Yay. All right, cool. All right. Alright, so next is Lyra and Umberlee. So, joy, peace, and rest, and contempt and weariness. Alright, so weariness makes you tired. So, do they have a fight? Do they have a fight that makes them weary and that's what causes them to rest? A really cool concept of a magic system, okay, is where a monster has an ecosystem, and instead of using mana, the magic users as well, ecosystem, gotcha, ecosystem, I was confused. Ecosystem has, and instead of just using the mana, the magic users as well as the monsters get mana by eating other monsters' mana based on the place on the food chain, like dragons being at the top where it has the most mana, and more powerful magic, the more mana you need for the spell. And when you're low on mana, you get really tired and sluggish. Okay. Okay. So, it's gonna be frankly, it's going to be difficult to port that over to D&D because D&D already has its own magic system, and it threw out mana. Did it ever have mana? Did the early things of the early editions of D&D have mana? I don't know. But it sounds like you've been watching Dungeon Meshi, and I'm here for it because so have I, and I fucking love that anime. But yeah. No mana in D&D. Oh, okay. So I was about to say, it makes sense in the, it never had mana. It's always had Vancian magic. Okay. It is inspired by that anime. Dope. Okay. So, it would require an entirely new system. How does that work with wizards and other human spellcasters? Do they have to eat monsters to get more powerful? That's a good question. Okay, yeah. Alright, so everyone has to eat monsters. So there are no vegetarian spellcasters in this world, correct? Or do they just have to eat a lot of plants? And then it eventually counts. Monster cooking is a fine art. This sounds like something that's not going to work in D&D, if I'm completely frank. A lot of plants, yeah, like killing a lot of rats in old school D&D. Alright. I feel like this would be better in another system. Frankly. I don't know if that's an option for you, but there are so many. I feel like somebody's probably already working on a Dungeon Meshi system somewhere out there. I'm sure, because I've seen that fucking anime everywhere. That's what got me to watch it. So I'm sure someone out there is looking for it. But hang on, I don't have a ton of different systems physically right in front of me, and I would have to go through literally thousands of my itch.io. Dungeon Meshi is based on a video game? Really? I did not know that, Yagami. Thank you for telling me that. This sounds like it'd be a homebrew for Mage the Ascension. Ooh, that's... well, yeah, I guess. Because, yeah, you have the, okay, I can see that. There's precedence for this in a lot of stories and a lot of cultures, eating your enemy's heart. Yeah, I was just about to bring up cannibalism. This would make a decent druid subclass. Okay, yeah, this might be... yeah, tying magic regen to a system that only works on short and long rests is a tough sell. That's true. A subclass actually might be the way to go if you want this to work in D&D. If that's your goal. Is your goal to play this... are you running this, or do you want this whole world to be about this, or do you want, like, a subculture that's like this, which is more like Dungeon Meshi, honestly. Nobody except those fucking freaks are eating monsters. So if you want a whole world of it, definitely a new system. I don't have any in front of me right now. I have literally thousands, like I said, because I have a problem collecting games I never get to play. But you know what? In a dark way, could be sorcery point regen type things, perhaps. In a dark way, I believe, if I remember correctly, there is a system. It's it's advertised as a cozy system. It's called Ryutama. If you haven't heard of it, I've been wanting to play that game literally since I found it, like years ago, and no one's been willing to run it for me. It's called GURPS. GURPS is meant to fit anything, so you could definitely do that. But Ryutama, specifically, though it is advertised as kind of a cozy thing, which I would argue Dungeon Meshi is kind of cozy in a dark way, even though they go hardcore. The game it's based on is Wizardry. Interesting. Yeah, you could look up the video game and get some ideas from that. But Ryutama is a cozy anime game, and I think it's the only system that I've seen where cooking is considered its own, like, subsystem within it. The only RPG game. Also, there might be ideas for you in, again, it's a video game. Final Fantasy IX. Because there is a blue mage, which is a mage that literally cooks her spells, which I find fun. What if you use D&D magic point system, and every time a character defeats an enemy, they receive 1 MP per monster CR? Okay, and maybe there is no MP cap. So if someone goes on a rampage, they could have tons of stored up NP. Dragon Prince is another one. Mage the Ascension, World of Darkness, and GURPS are the best systems I can imagine for this. Sure, yeah. I would look at maybe if you want cooking to be a challenge and not just kind of a narrative thing, I would look at Ryutama and see what they do have cooking rules in that system. But this might be a Frankenstein mix of systems, my friend, and I don't know how much time you're willing to dedicate to this, but I absolutely support this, and if you figure it out, I'd love to play it. Because I love Dungeon Meshi so much. We're at episode 6 right now. No, we finished episode 6. So, it's so good. Those vibes are exactly what I'm going for in Galdor, except with a little less random murder. Because those orcs surprised the shit out of me. I get it, but goddamn, they really just killed everybody real quick. You probably know this already, the beta for Critical Role Daggerheart is out. Oh yeah, I know. I am aware. I don't have time for another system right now, but I'm here for it. We're actually working with my longtime group. We're working on a post-APOC game in Devil's Run, which it feels like no one's fucking tried. But, yeah, Daggerheart looks very cool. I've watched a little bit of their actual play of it, and I'm here for it. It's very interesting. But I'm probably gonna wait until, like, their next iteration of playtesting is out, because of all the shit that they learned from seemingly from the playtest. But it looks interesting. I'm here for it. But yeah, so that's my very loose suggestion. I'm glad some other people came in on here. The CR idea equal to MP is interesting because that feels like you're, and this isn't a bad thing. It just feels like you are streamlining XP counting, which is fine. Instead of doing either count every single XP or milestone leveling, you're kind of finding somewhere in the middle of those two things. Be prepared for murder hobos. So if you just took the XP system and just kind of took some zeros off of those and just applied it directly to CR, that could work maybe. But also it's a game that it's a system that only matters to casters. So I don't know if you're gonna also give fighters the ability to do special things when they eat enough, or if fighters can be vegetarians. I don't know, which would be funny. That's my initial idea. Oh, ad. I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Sorry, I'm working on a cookie. Alright. Fighters can use their action surge and just describe it as a source of magic. Yeah, that's true. Almost every class can reflavor things as magical. Ki, rage, action, surge, and maneuvers. Sure. You want Dragon Prince dark magic system, but other than a variant of the mana points. Only you don't eat it, you just use it. I have no idea how to make it easier because it's basically a very more complicated component system. On that topic, can we say how stupid the components in D&D is? Why do you need money? I get if it's like a certain material, but money in general should not be needed to cast spells. Because I get what you're saying. I completely understand and I get it. Did you see my last... Did I? Hang on, sorry. Speaking of World of Darkness, there's a video. Oh, yes please. Anything about World of Darkness I'm here for. I probably won't watch it on stream, just so you know. But I will watch it. If you post it over in the Discord, I'm here for it. I get what you're saying about the component system, but we do tend to forget this, as players and DMs. D&D is meant to be a game of resource management. That is what D&D is. And so that includes all resources. Money, time, spells, whatever, energy, exhaustion. It has to have some sort of expenditure and trade-off, otherwise you can just randomly cast these things. And it also takes some... It does take some pressure off of the DM. Otherwise, every single time you enter a room, the player is going to be like, can I find this thing here? This random, specific fucking thing for this very specific spell? That's kind of, yeah, you know. And then, even if not that, then every time you go into a shop, hey, do you have this specific thing for this specific spell? Which, in turn, turns to money anyway, because you have to buy it from the shop. So, it's just easier, you know? It makes... I get it, but... Pinged you with it. Don't, thank you. I will check it out. Gothic horror RPGs set in your hometown. An intro of World of Darkness. Alright, I'm here for it. I mean, that's what our World of Darkness campaign is. It's Tampa and Orlando, baby. I don't live far from either of them, and they're fucking great cities to set that kind of shit. My favorite RPG? World of Darkness, man. Fate? Yeah, I played Fate once, and it was okay. World of Darkness, though, is... Mwah. V20 specifically, that whole system, which I think is technically old World of Darkness, I think. World of Darkness and Pathfinder. Wow, those are different ends of the spectrum. Dingo Doodles, I don't know. I don't think so. It doesn't pop anything, but I might have come across it. But yeah, World of Dark. We just finished. I talked about this last stream, but we just finished a 15-year campaign. Not finished, but took a hiatus, a break. A 15-year campaign of World of Darkness. Yes, 2D20 is great. There were a lot of tears, my friends. I'm still not over it. Good for you. Oh, well, it's all my storyteller, man. He's incredible. Maybe closer to 16 years, I really don't know. Angsty, chaotic, mad monkey with an alligator arm and wild magic sorcerer that released a Tarisk with singing ability, bad karaoke, and somehow survived. Nope, don't know that one. Can't say that I have. For some reason, I just imagined Trogdor when you... the chaotic mad monkey alligator arm. No, I don't know that one. I will get more people into GURPS with my dying breath. Listen, okay, so... Again, this is old school, then I highly suggest Fool's Gold animated campaign. I will check it out. I'm always looking... I like a good animated campaign. I love it when they do that. But, I know how hard it is, but I love it when they do that. Speaking of GURPS, I used to listen to this podcast. It was called Happy Jack's RPG podcast, I think. World of Darkness lore is wild, wonderful, and a bit poorly aged, but easy to retcon. Yes, it is very much, and we definitely had to retcon and be like, hey, that's really weirdly racist, let's skip that whole thing. Yeah, absolutely. And it's so easy to, like, just change the meta of that world. Like, our world is nowhere near anywhere that World of Darkness was trying to do. And it's fucking great. It's built specifically for our group, which as it should be. And it's fucking fantastic. But, yeah, so, GURPS, Happy Jack's RPG podcast, I don't know if it's still going. It was started years ago. I started listening to it while I was a janitor, which was at least 10 to 12 years ago, because I listened to pretty much that nonstop for a couple years while I was a janitor. And it was basically started by all these old grognards who like played OG D&D, and one of the guys there, the main guy, I forget his name, but he loved GURPS so much. And I've read GURPS. I have a couple GURPS books. It's not for me. I don't know. It just hasn't grabbed me. Kind of confusing depending on where you look. Changeling the Lost. Oh god, Changeling. Yeah. No, Mage is more confusing. Mage is super weird, the way it treats the mechanics of the... We did it so loose and wild, like... I'm pretty sure the creator, Phil, we call him... What's it? Oh, no, he has two names, because bless, the creator is a Wiccan. I don't know if you know this. The creator is a Wiccan, and this is where the mage idea came from. And, I would say Matt Mercer level storytelling, but I might be biased. Yes, I know that's spelled wrong. I have no... B-I-A-S is biased. I will check it out. That sounds cool. But, yeah. Mage is... The creator is Wiccan. I don't know if he's still around, honestly. I know his real name is Phil, but he has a magic name that he prefers to be called by, and I can't remember it right now. So whenever we loved what Mage did, mechanically or in the book, we would call him by his magic name, his Wiccan name. And then whenever we got real mad at how loosey-goosey those mechanics were described, we just called him Phil. Just goddamn it, Phil. It was just kind of became a meme at our table. But I'm pretty sure that he would kill all of us for how we kind of took his textbook of a system and kind of boiled it down to like 100 pages as far as the stuff we use in it. That's, you know, especially the mechanics part of it. Because the mechanics don't make any fucking sense. Is, oh god, bless my storyteller and his wife, because they both read the book. I don't know if they read the whole thing, but like, they're very well-read, very intelligent people, and after a while they're like, I can't read this shit anymore because it makes no fucking sense. We just want to do cool stuff, right? Yeah, that's why my first character in Mage, well, my only character right now, but like, she was absolutely not connected to anything, and he made her a marauder. That's how like disconnected she was from all of it. She just changed rules around her, and like lots of people started coming after her, which was fun, which was a fun little like realization that my character was a marauder, because I didn't know that. I didn't plan her that way. That was my storyteller going, hey, guess what? I'm gonna break your heart, and you realize that you've been changing the world around you, which is why you're kind of like a Mary Sue, and stuff turns out the way you want it to, because you're a marauder, and nothing around you is real, including your relationships, and oh my god, yeah, that was rough. Yeah, so that was a rough one. Alice, my mage, she's my favorite. I love her so much. She's like my second favorite to play, I think. It depends. Depends on what mood I'm in. But Alice is my second favorite to play. Connie's my first. Connie is my formerly hunter, but the messengers left her when she started to make friends with magic people and vampires. Turned hedge witch, hedge sorcerer rather. I like Akashic Brotherhood and Mage the Ascension. Those are a fun kind of mage, yeah. She's one of my more... Yes, Alice is an animator and artist that is obsessed with cartoons and laughter. So imagine Pinkie Pie from My Little Pony, except more like... You know, if you've seen My Little Pony, there's there's the episode where Pinkie Pie kind of loses her mind and like thinks all of her friends don't like her anymore, and her hair like deflates. Imagine that as a character. Like that whole... Like, she goes manic, depressive, hardcore, one way to the other. And that's dangerous in a marauder, as you can imagine. So, yeah, she's a fun character. And she's, you know... Connie is fun just because she's... I don't know, something about her energy feels good to play. Like, she's very... optimistic and romantic, and she loves people no matter whether they're vampire, mage, werewolf. She wants to make friends with everybody. And my storyteller wrote her husband so well. And then Shelly, my Nosferatu. Yeah, cottagecore. Connie is cottagecore cozy. 1,000. My Nosferatu, formerly Nosferatu. I'm still getting used to that. Now Bruja, who still has this fucking voice because I can't separate the voice from the character. Even though she was reborn as a Bruja. Don't ask. So I made that voice make sense, saying that my character caught dark trigger warning for a second, if you don't like mentions of SA or anything like that. But my character as a girl caught a priest in her Catholic church molesting her friend and attacked him for it. And she got chokeslammed and almost strangled in the moment by the priest. And it ruined her voice, her vocal cords, which sucks because singing was her one true love. Music. She loves music. So now she just plays guitar and is all punk and shit. So she can only do like really grumbly, rah-da-da kind of music. So yeah, it's super fun. She's fun to play. I love all my characters. You know, they're like my children. They're parts of my soul. They're absolutely deeply personal to me, but those are definitely my top 3 that I could just, those are the ones I can like pop into at a moment's notice, where just like, and it's very common in our household for my husband to go, "Hi Alice," as I go fucking ADHD crazy about it. I vibe with Anarch vampires personally. Yeah, no shit, everybody does. Fuck the Camarilla and fuck the Sabbat. Fuck them. Who the fuck would go with either of them? I hate them both. Anarch is the only decision. That's it. In Bloodlines, same thing. If you fucking go with any of the others, fuck that. I just went and looked up the other endings online because I'm like not gonna play through the whole thing. Yeah, fuck that. Nah. It's a great game too. If you haven't played Bloodlines, from 2006? It's an old one. But I think it still looks great. It's not, you know, there to be realistic, but it has like that grunge aspect, and it just fits the VTM world so well, and the new one sounds like it's gonna be fucking trash, and I'm so mad. Oh my god. The new one's gonna be so bad, I know it. It's gonna miss the whole point. You can't even play all of the fucking clans. Ugh, garbage. I wish Larian could get fucking Bloodlines. I'll wait another 10 years to play Larian's version of Bloodlines. How fucking good would that be? Whatever. Anyway, the new one's gonna be garbage. I know it. Anyway. Right, we're talking about gods. Jesus Christ. Sorry, I went off on a tangent. 15 years of my life in the game. We're taking our first planned hiatus from that game for a while. So yeah, it's on my mind. Sorry for the tangent. No, it's my tangent. I'm the one talking. You guys are just typing. You said this would happen. I did, yes. Yeah, I'm gonna, every now and again, I will be reminded of something within our VTM, World of Darkness campaign, and I will absolutely go off on a tangent. I don't regret it. I'm just saying, be prepared. Asher's here. Hang on. Asher, do you want to be on stream? He's not feeling good. Come here. Oh, big yawn. Oh, goodness, buddy. This is Asher. There he is. I'm surprised he came out of the linen closet. Hi, buddy. Yeah, he's been eating strangely. So we're taking him to the vet tomorrow. Hopefully we can figure out what's wrong. Yeah, see, he's been like smacking his lips a lot, so it feels like he's nauseous, or maybe has some sort of pain in his teeth or his mouth. I don't know. I don't know. It's expensive. It's expensive to take care of your babies, but they're my babies and I'm gonna take care of them. Oh, buddy. I love you. Thank you for joining me. Right. what are we working on? Oh yeah, Lyra. Lyra and Umberlee. Okay, so. Alright. So, goddess of joy, peace, and rest, and contempt, uncertainty, and weariness. What? I just thought of something. What? What if the contempt? This is so stupid. I'm not gonna do this because it's so small and dumb, but it's funny. What if the contempt of Umberlee is born out of Melora taking too much of the blanket between her and the Raven Queen? Named, I assume, for Asherim-Nishenshu, the Assyrian king? No, actually, funnily enough, he's named after an NPC that I am married to, one of my characters is married to, in our Vampire the Masquerade game. Asher! Hey Andrew, how are you? I haven't seen you in a while. Yeah, he's named after one of my character's husbands, who is, for those of you that know World of Darkness lore, there is a clan called the Malkavian clan. The Malkavians are the ones that kind of were never okay in the head. You're kind of dead, I'm sorry. No, it's okay. You died dead. And now you're just here as a ghost typing in the chat. I appreciate that. I'm a vampire now. Nice. But yeah, the Malkavians are all kind of a little touched in the head, which, again, not exactly PC, but can be done right if you treat it right. One last thing about World of Darkness, I love how in VTM Dracula is canonically real and vampires hate him because it's popular. Same thing with Kane. Fuck Kane. Anyway. But yeah, my Ventru fell in love with the Malkavian Primogen at the time, when it was still a street level campaign, who ended up being Nasiku. If you don't know your World of Darkness lore, Nasiku is the third generation of the Malkavians. He is ancient. He is older than Jesus. He has been around for a long time. Like, long time. Since OG Carthage and even before. Yeah, she fell in love with him before she knew that. And then that came to be obvious as they continued to fall in love. And now they are insane together, and I love them. It's very Morticia and Gomez Adams-esque, with just turn the crazy up a little bit on Gomez, and it's pretty much their whole vibe. Yeah, so Asher is his name. We found a little black kitty in my husband found him in a parking lot, or took him from somebody that was trying to abandon him in a parking lot, and we named him Asher, and he's very good. We generally call him Little, because he's the little kitty in the house, and Thumbs is big, so big and little, you know. But yeah, I love my boy. He's my little shadow, fittingly, because eventually he did, Asher in-game, the NPC, did also, it would take so long to explain how this happened, but he also has Lasombra powers as well. That's a whole thing, that I can't, don't worry about it. But so he's very, very OP. Yeah, so yeah, that's where his name comes from. But if you want to believe the Assyrian king thing, that's also cool. I'm here for it. But yeah, I immediately thought with contempt and rest being the same in the same moment, Melora taking too much of the blankets and fucking Raven Queen being pissed off about it is really funny. Short version, had to get mind recovered into another kindred to save his fractured mind. Yeah, that's true. See, you're good at it. I'm not I'm not good at it. Honestly, I like contempt being that petty. Yeah. Just, I wanted a little bit more. What? Okay. Can I vent off topic for a bit? Yeah, of course, Yugami. Feel free, please. A little bit more than blanket stealing. Something in addition to, or to make that a little bit more serious than just was there something already in between the sisters while they were doing what they were doing? Did they disagree on something beforehand? Is that why they're taking a nap? Is because they had a disagreement? It was birthed from the first compliment and insult. In the same moment? Interesting. The first backhanded insult would be, or the first backhanded compliment would be the thing to birth both of them at the same time. Because it's that, oh, thank you, wait. Like, So, okay. Okay, what if... Okay. Here's another thing. It's still kind of petty. I'm annoyed with a video editing class. Oh, I thought that said contest for some reason. The video editing class I've been having. My teacher only wants to make dumb TikTok videos and I hate them, and every day this week I've had to think of dumb TikTok video and I'm over it. Really? That's not a class. It sounds like your teacher is trying to get you to make content for their TikTok. I don't understand. Wait, okay, hang on. Alright, I know TikTok is a whole different thing from Vine, and Vine was better, but like... What is the... You're meant to be learning video editing, I assume, for actual... Oh, a social media course. Okay, that, I guess, makes a little more sense. Okay, I was so confused. If it's social media video editing, I mean... That is kind of what it is. So I get where he's coming from, but I also understand how that will probably feel like your brain is melting if you do that. That's what the industry is moving towards, isn't it? Yes, if you get hired by a marketing agency, it's what they'll want. Yeah, that's true. In a social media class, yeah. No, I'd be annoyed too. Even if it makes sense. Fuck that. Yeah, I'm not on TikTok because, like, I had it for a couple months. Like, way before it, like, became so huge. Now it's like a whole thing. But this was like years ago. And I had it and I just became obsessed with it. And I could see that in myself and I went, nope, take it off my phone, I don't want it. I edit on Premiere, we are editing in CapCut. Doing the most dumb videos ever. Well, if you need ideas, just steal some from Vine. I don't know how young you are, but that makes more sense coming from a video editor. Since TikTok and short-form content is the future, unfortunately, still important to know proper video editing techniques. Yeah. I don't... Listen, nobody besmirches, the annoyance. Oh, you're 31. Oh, okay. Alright. Okay. Alright, so you're aware of some of the, you know, shenanigans. Do you ever just drink vinegar? Actually, yes, I have done that. I did it for a while, doing apple cider vinegar for health reasons. And I also drank, I continued to do it while I had COVID years ago, and couldn't taste anything. That was kind of cool. It was an interesting situation. Glad I got my taste back, because there are still some people that don't, which is a bummer. I also drink pickle juice, which is basically vinegar and spices and stuff. And it's delicious. I think Tony Zhao might have an online film editing class somewhere. That's cool. But yeah, I very commonly drink pickle juice because I love that shit. I like the sour taste. I also sometimes mix it with tomato juice to make a mock Bloody Mary. Oh, fuck. I would fuck that up so hard right now, you don't even know. I want a Bloody Mary so bad now. Oh, why'd you say it? Oh, God. I love Bloody Marys so much. Num 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 num. I love the brine taste too. I understand it, but I don't think we're learning a lot of video editing techniques. I think we're learning how to think of TikTok fast gimmicky videos. I just got back, why are we drinking video? And we were just, Stinks just asked if sometimes we do, and I do. At least, more often it's pickle juice, but it's basically the same thing. But, yeah. Right, so... What was my thought? Oh, right, so the blanket thing, and what... The birth of contempt. Which sounds kind of like a band. Vent done, I was just very frustrated. No, I understand. I couldn't do shit like that either. A social media class? Are you in marketing? Is that what you're doing? Are you going to school for marketing or some shit? More often I drink it in the form of mock Bloody Mary, vinegar, tomato juice, and Tabasco. Fuck, stop saying it. You make me want it more. Ooh, I would fuck up a Bloody Mary right now. Oh, God. Nom, nom, nom. Doesn't even have to have the alcohol. I just want all that good shit in it. With the celery and like... Oh, fuck yeah. I'm salivating. Oh, I love Bloody Mary so much. I think that's a sign I need to eat sometime soon. Government course that pays me. Oh, that's why I'm doing it. Okay, no, that's fair. Alright, well then, at least you're getting paid. I mean, getting paid to make dumb videos is what TikTok is based off of. So, I guess just have fun with it. Someone get a Dribic? A Dribic. Not old enough to drink alcohol in my state, but I love mocktails, non-alcoholic. Yo, I get you. Num num num. Oh, break time. Be right back. BRB. There we go. Alright, we're back. You ever just eat cottage cheese? Fuck yeah. Num num num. I need to do social media things for my shop. I wanted to use the classes as a way to make me do things, just not gimmicky TikTok videos. Yeah, that's fair. You can do D&D ones. You can have fun with it. It's a creative aspect of stuff. I know. Does he make you follow certain gimmicks? Like trends or whatever the fuck they're called on TikTok? Because if then, that would annoy me. But, like, if it's something that you have a little bit more freedom to do, I'd try to have fun with it, at least. Alright, goddammit, I've been... Okay, blanket thing. Alright, so... What I was thinking of... No, that's dumb. Hang on. God. Contempt... Rest, joy, contempt, peace and uncertainty, rest and weariness. Definitely sounds like they need a nap, but like... I mean, sometimes contempt is born out of a nap, let's be honest. When you wake up and you're dehydrated and you don't know what fucking year it is, and you're just like, what? Huh? That makes me hate the fucking world and just, I want to go back to sleep, but I already have a headache and I know it'll be worse, and yeah. Because of this class, I found out my mic was doing similar things to yours. The way I fixed it was recording small video clips. because on monitoring it sounded finer than what I recorded. Then I just lowered the levels one by one and saw how it sounded, trying to make the sound clip on purpose. Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing at first, with my recordings, and it was, yeah. But I didn't know what settings to change, was my thing. Maybe the birth of Contempt and Joy happened at the same time because they sleepwalked and had a fight in their sleep. That's cute. Okay. Okay. Alright. So, they have a fight. I need to figure out what the fight's about. But, the two sisters have a fight. They take 5 and they go to opposite ends of wherever they are. Cosmically. Melora handles the feelings of the fight better than her sister. By finding peace within herself and thinking about it and stuff. Mallory, the soon-to-be Raven Queen, doesn't and lets that contempt and uncertainty build in her. And then when they return to talk about it, the words that fly at each other becomes Lyra and Umberly. Contempt came out of hunger. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Then boom, food joy. Well, we already have a goddess of bounty, which will be the food person. So they are born out of the words of an argument, of a disagreement, where one is trying to find a solution and the other is just angry. The stream is sponsored by Snickers. I fucking wish. Hey, Snickers! Hit me up. I don't know. I haven't had a Snickers in years. Well, no, I haven't. I usually have them around Halloween because they come in every fucking bag of candy. The gimmicks are like those videos where you throw clothes and the clothes are on you and stuff, which don't work with my brand, and all material is with a friend that's a photographer right now. He can make good product photos. Well, I guess you can't expect a class to work with your brand. Twix is superior, true. 100 grand is the best. But I get why that would make good editing. Honestly, those videos are really satisfying to look at when the editing is good. So that's a throw you to the wolves kind of way of editing, it feels like. Because those transitions gotta be real smooth. I like those videos. I get that they don't work for your brand, but at the very least it shows you what people notice or do not notice in editing. They aren't edited on CapCut. I don't know what that means. And we are editing. Oh, that's right, it's a program, because you edit on the other thing. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, well, just like any class is an editing phone app. Well, like any class, just put your head down and do the work and call it a fucking day, I guess. Alright, so what were they arguing about is the question. Okay. Is that too convoluted of a story? I mean, it makes sense. Fascinating how a class is being worked on through a phone. Yeah, we're so old. Back in my day, yeah, shakes fist. Old man yells at clouds. Alright, my fucking hip is bothering me. I need to reset my desk here. Here, give me 2 seconds. Oh, here, let me go to my BRB screen so you guys don't have to watch me struggle with this. Alright, I'm back. Back in college, we had to take a class called iPhone Videography. Wow. 2012. Jesus Christ. Whereas iPhones are complex enough between lenses and software. Yeah. Did you have to have an iPhone for the class? Like, what if you didn't have an iPhone? Did they give you one? Like, or did you borrow one? I didn't even have a computer in 2012. They provided phones. Okay, good. I wasn't sure, you know, you never know. That feels like it would just solidify my Android self. Arcane, Dost Thou watch Corridor Digital and Corridor Crew. Good channels. Dost Thou. There you go. Yeah, if you don't watch either of those channels, I highly recommend them. Dust 2. Seen some of their stuff years ago, but I didn't actively watch them. I know they're amazing. Yeah, they do. They've been doing a lot of AI stuff, which I'm not sure how to feel about. Although they do explain that it's a little more complex than yes and no, and whether one is good or bad, which I get. I know, it's a tool. However, call me erring on the side of caution, because, yeah, the reaction to, like, stuntmen react and animators react are both awesome. They're my favorite personally, but I'm a big cartoon person, so. So, okay. I'm getting caught up. Maybe it was birthed from a disagreement on what designs to put on the blanket. That would be kind of awkward to argue about once those designs birthed two people, though. It's like, no, I wanted this and not this, and what it is made out of. Well, it's made out of stardust, and they don't really have much else to work with. Because remember, we're just like in a cosmic space. Everybody's just kind of floating around. Oh my god, this is hard. Wait, oh. Stinks has been inspired. Yeah. Stinks has got something. It's funny because this music sounds like it has a fucking clock ticking in the background, so I feel like it's like the Jeopardy theme. What if neither sister has their name yet, and they had a disagreement on what names to give each other? Interesting. Names. Why... Why would this argument only come about now? What... Oh, I need to I need to fix my camera, don't I? You guys are seeing like the top of my head. Hang on. Close up. There we go. Hopefully that's better. I just dropped my fucking headphones. Hang on. There we go. Alright. Okay. The naming thing is interesting. Before the existence of Mr. and Thrasadune, they didn't deem names important. Had to go get... Ooh! Bread in the oven. Hell yeah. Fresh bread, nothing better. Yeah, they didn't need names because... Yeah, design on a blanket has a totally different ramifications to a god. A design can reorder a nebula, create music, delete things from existence. Yeah, it created two other gods in this situation. Okay, I'm just gonna start writing. Hang on. Okay. Lyra and her sister Umberlee were born of the words of an argument between Melora and the Raven Queen. Lyra was born of the peaceful words of forgiving Melora. Besides the other gods, they still disagree about the design on a philosophical level, bleh, because of what the result of the design would have been. They aren't making a blanket, they're building a reality. Okay. I'm just gonna leave the argument vague. I do like that, though. Melora Umberly was born of the sharp words of the... well, her name is Mallory here. Okay. We'll just do that. We can leave it pretty vague at this point. We don't have to worry about every single detail right now. I like the words. What deity currently has domain over alcohol? That's probably a minor one. Me, I do. I actually need to work on my campaign, especially now that I finally have all my player stories. I need to start planning how they meet and all that, so that we finally start playing. Hell yeah. Yes, the god Angry Meatball. Alright. Yeah, I would say, again, any of them could claim alcohol for different reasons. But there's probably a minor god that the people pray to for, like, hangovers. I swear to bloody blah, I will never drink again. You know, that kind of stuff. Or no, that would be like a god of sobriety. That'd be funny. Okay. So. Joy, peace, and rest. Contempt, uncertainty, and weariness. Done. What's next? Love, beauty, and community. Born of... and pain, profanity, and obfuscation. But this course has been killing all my creativity and making me feel very tired early in the day. I know that feel. Try exercising if you can. Doing a little, like, walk around or something like that usually helps me when I start feeling that way. Or eat and drink. Lift a glass to the surly Scotsman. We may wake clear-headed in the morning. Oh, a Scotsman dressed all in his kilt left the bar one evening fair. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, I could. It's a good song, though. And I will not clap in the mic, don't worry. Okay. Okay. So love, beauty, in the community, and pain, profanity, and obfuscation. Hanali and Leviatar, I think, should be next. Clap. You got it. So I started watching a new D&D series. It's called Natural Six. Don't know if no, I haven't heard of it. I tried to get back into the latest season or campaign of Critical Role, campaign 3, and I don't know. And there's nothing on the... I think what it is... I was thinking about it because I was watching, like, best of videos, and I was like, oh, I'll tune into a new... I first heard that as a joke and not a song. Nice. But yeah, I tuned in to try to catch up at where I was, but I think what it is... I like their characters and the plot seems interesting. I don't mind the characters. The campaign, the story that's being told... feels very sci-fi to me, and I know that doesn't make sense. It just feels like a sci-fi story with fantasy trappings, and I think at least that's part of the reason why that's not hitting for me. I'm watching through recaps. Yeah, born from the first white lie, a beautiful lie on Mallory's part so that the truth was obscured and didn't hurt Melora's feelings. Interesting. I like that. I like that a lot, actually. Hmm. Yeah, maybe it comes from like the Raven Queen seems to swallow her pride and she apologizes though she doesn't really mean it. But she does it because she loves her sister and she deals with the pain. That could be interesting. But then and she does it out of love, so it's love and pain at the same time. That's sad and cool. Born of the first insincere apology made by the Raven Queen to Melora to spare her feelings and make her feel better. Done out of love and also birthed Honolly. These two toxic sisters, I love them so much. Natural 6 is smaller, at least up until now. It was under 3 hours. The cast is fun because they're also voice actors and streamers from the UK. Oh, that's cool. How weird would it be to do something for the first time then a whole ass person happens? I expect it, like, in stories like this, no one ever goes, whoa, what the fuck? I love that about these kind of stories, because everybody's just like, okay, you're my sister now. Like, I love that about, like, random mythological stories, because none of them make fucking sense if you think about them for more than, like, the fucking... I love how you're doing your gods, it's working so well. Oh, bless, thank you. That's, I mean, half of it is y'all helping me fucking make this shit make sense. I saw something that was, a very simple, post on the, world building subreddit, and it's like, replace any time you ask yourself, is this realistic? Replace realistic with believable when you're world building. You're doing it much faster than I would. Well, I've got half a dozen people in chat helping out, so I appreciate that. Oh, yeah. So, I guess that's what I was struggling with before, is making things realistic and not just believable. Believable is fine. Believable is all you need. That's a grand defense, yeah. It's like, not is it realistic? There's magic here. Why does it need to be fucking realistic? It just needs to be believable. So, there you go. Alright. So now we have hospitality, bounty, and kin, and isolation and aversion. Interesting. Or maybe thinking of how I make this work or how I connect this and that. Right now I'm feeling like I'm hitting a wall. Well, if you need any help, that's what we're here for. It's not just about my world here. I'm just the background noise. Alright, so... we also have a god of betrayal. That's gonna be a fucking thing. I just realized. Oh, shit. And Conqueror's brutality and mania? Oh god, I just scared myself with my own gods. Yeah, I have Gargoth, betrayal and cruelty, who is the dark mirror to the god of leadership, guardians, and intuition. What is going on with my throat? Ugh. Hang on, I need it. Hang on. Give me a second. Alright, I'm back. I'm sorry. I don't know what is going on with my throat today. I'm making myself some tea and I got more water. I should be okay. It's just like... it feels like every now and again it goes away, but it feels like just the smallest little fucking something is like stabbing the inside of my throat. And then it just makes me do that. It sucks because the only thing this mic is missing is like a cough button. So you guys have to, either I have to do BRB or you guys have to deal with me hacking a lung. So, I'm okay. I'll get myself some tea here in a sec. Oh, God, I'm alright. Right. Jesus. God, I hate it because I'm gonna have to drink hot tea while it's hot outside. So I'm gonna be like red-faced and sweating by the time I finish my tea. My boyfriend has been having that for almost a month now. Yeah, I don't know if it's in like... I did it again. I don't know if it's like an allergy thing or what. I usually don't have allergies too bad. Kill 4 metaphorical birds with 1 stone. Goddess of celebration and good luck, the god of sanity, insanity, and bad luck, the god of leadership and intuition, the god of betrayal and cruelty are all formed from the same event. A massive celebration of the family ending in an unfortunate betrayal. Yeah, part of the timeline... I do need a medical... I need a medical bird. Because there is supposed to be... Hang on. So the gods are all meant to come together. And then... That's how the celestial garden is made. Then the tree of life is planted. For a long time, Melora... Okay. The other gods create the worlds and bring them up to the primordial versions of themselves, allowing life to come naturally through evolution, some toying with the process like curious experiments, and others never allowing control to slip from their grasp, creating life to the exact letter that they imagined it. Once the life tree is healthy and strong, Melora turns her attention to helping other gods gently. She guides some to be more free with their plans and let life take the course it may. Others she has to show how to be a little more caring to their creations. Raven Queen gets mad for some reason, leaves and plot empty, and goes to create the grave. Okay. So, we haven't figured out why the Raven Queen gets mad at some point. So, that's what we need to do. Because Galdor cannot exist until after the Raven Queen leaves. Galdor is created in the empty plot left by the Raven Queen. Alright. So. I like the party idea. Stinks. I like all that. I am going with that, but I just need to figure out the timeline of it. and what causes her to want to betray and then leave. Because the leaving is the betrayal-ish. Because Melora hasn't made the mistake with the elves yet, or the Fae yet. So that's not why the Raven Queen gets mad. It's something else. Something in the agreement made between everybody. Okay. Alright, where did I leave off? Gond and Vecna are born. Might be seen as a betrayal, but necessarily... Yes, true. So that was Mr. and... or Gond and Vecna are born of the cosmic loon that wore the blanket together. Then it was... Lyra... Right? Lyra and Umberlee were next? Yes. Then... Lyra and Umberlee are born of the words of an argument between Melora and Mallory. Interesting if Melora invents betrayal, since that's what she felt. That's true. Okay. So... okay. Hang on. Okay, you're done. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Spoken for. So we have to figure out meditation, wisdom, and focus, with vengeance, naivety, and stubbornness. Trade and civilization is going to happen way after everything, I think. It's going to be after the creation of... well, maybe not creation of Galdor, but the creation of the planes. Arts, comedy, and companionship, and despair and uniformity. Oh, that's a hard one. I feel like that's something Gond would do. So, maybe next will be hospitality, bounty, and kin? So... and isolation and aversion. So this is their first argument. And apology, as far as they know. Okay. So... they build a house. But, okay. They want to build a house. Melora assumes they're going to build a house to live together. But the Raven Queen, Mallory, builds a separate house. And they live apart. There's the aversion and everything. But it's still family and kin. Okay. Laura and building a house together. Laura thinks, oh, that feels like it's naivety too. Is then, ooh, that's hard. Okay. We have to do that first, and then we have to do Yeah, okay, because that's stubbornness, which lasts longer than just... Okay. One house together, but the Raven Queen builds her own house secretly, causing Melander to be born. Oops. Born of her isolation. Beret is born of Melora's family home. But the separate space the Raven Queen builds causes Moander to be born of her isolation. Interesting. Okay. Right. Moander. Okay. So then it was Hanali and Loviatar. Hanali and Loviatar are born of the insincere apology of the Raven Queen building love between the sisters, but also contempt. Okay, and then we have Beret and Moander, born of the home Melora builds, and the home the Raven Queen sequesters herself in. Okay, cool. All right. There's that. So next, let's see. Done. Okay. So we have that.
It's
Jesus Christ.
time, motherfucker!
Fireball! You scared the shit out of me, Stinks. I'm awake. It's not even scary. Dude, those streamers that stream horror games and then like put up their like alerts to make like scary sounds, fuck that noise. I will never do that with you motherfuckers.
Do what you want, cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. Your horror fidelity. Being a pirate is already clean. Do what you want, cause a pirate is free.
You are a pirate. Why does it cut off there? That sucks. Anyway, fucking Guide the Raid, Dart Frog. I don't know how long we're gonna be streaming, but if they're still streaming when we're going, then absolutely. If not, you can feel free to make another suggestion. But I will put their name over... Yeah, that's Guide the Raid. Because, you know, pirates, boarding, that kind of thing. I don't know, I thought it was fitting. Alright, I will put Dart Frog up on the top here, so I remember. Alright. All right. God of despair and uniformity, and God of arts, comedy, and companionship. Uniformity, I don't think, is the thing to go for with Casimir. Because that doesn't really dark mirror make, and it's not really a shadow work thing necessarily. Well, I guess it could be if you're somebody that like takes on the traits of somebody else to protect yourself. That could be seen as a dark thing. But it doesn't really dark mirror the arts, comedy, and companionship. Despair makes sense, I guess. I'll just leave God of Despair. Fuck it. We don't need to figure out everything today. Alright. So we have Bahamut and Tiamat, which are probably going to be after the garden is created as well. Then we have... Let's see, we have Tamora and Relishaz spoken for. We have the arts and comedy and companionship, and the God of Despair and some other shit I don't know yet. Trade is gonna be after everything is made. Okay, let's do meditation, wisdom, and focus, and then vengeance, naivety, and stubbornness. So, okay. So Majir and Sharess. Alright. So this is after their homes are built. So it's one of the despair in music. Music is, while not dark, is a mirror to physical art. That would be interesting. It's fucking emo shit. It's just The Cure all the time. Well, that's the thing, is it was difficult because I already have a God of Destruction. And, like, craft and the arts, are those the same thing? Should Gond be an art god? Should I take craft away from him and give it to Lydia? Yeah, because I said the arts, not just art. She's goddess of the arts. She's like a muse for anything. Craft refers to practicality, art refers to expression. Okay, fair. That's true. So what's the opposite of expression? I put uniformity because it's keeping yourself the same by not expressing yourself. Which makes sense, but like... apathy. Well, we already have, like, whatchamacallit? Sloth, which I feel is apathy. Ignorance and sloth together feels like it makes apathy. I'm not sure. Okay. So meditation, wisdom is focus, and vengeance, naivety, and stubbornness. So obviously the Raven Queen starts to get pissed off because she's holding this kind of, whatchamacallit? Oh god. The of expression is repression, forgetfulness. Well, we have ignorance, which I felt, you know, is pretty much that. Obfuscation, too. I don't know. I guess, but like, repression? And I guess we'll put repression. I don't know why, like, I don't know why somebody would worship a god of repression, but sure. We'll work with that. So, obviously Raven Queen, in regards to Majir being... sorry, other way. So with Sharess, vengeance, naivety, and stubbornness. That's born out of the Raven Queen, like, refusing to, like, you know, play with the other gods. Like, she's mad, and nobody knows why, because she kind of just passed over. She didn't let herself feel the feelings, basically, that she was having with her sister. She apologized just to save her sister's pain, but that brings pain onto her. So eventually that becomes a problem because she starts to resent her. So some sort of vengeance is born out of this, and then meditation, wisdom, and focus. Oh, I'm gonna go make myself some tea to save my fucking throat, which is apparently having a day. I will be right back. Okay, sorry that took so long. I also had to try to trick the cats into fucking eating. I don't... He's eating now. Asher is just behind the screen, which is good. But it's like... I think maybe he's scared of me, which is heartbreaking. He's not scared of me at any other time, except for when I'm feeding him. I don't know why. Okay. What if instead of despair and repression, it's despair, asceticism, apathy, and boredom? Letting go of your emotions, or at least the overwhelming ones, as opposed to expressing them. Sometimes emotions can be painful and distressing, and as healthy as pain and distress can be, it's also healthy to want to abandon those feelings, even if just for a moment. Not outright ignorance nor sloth, more so temporary enlightenment. Boredom, while distressing, can also be healthy. Interesting. That is an excellent point. Huh. I like that. And like, I mean, we keep finding out that, like, for those of you that don't know, we keep finding out, especially in children being raised with the internet, how never allowing a child to be bored, is actually extremely bad for their brain chemistry. You know, the constant feed of the internet at their fingertips, usually, because parents just hand them a fucking tablet or some shit, is actually really bad for them, because they never have that, they can't build imagination, and they can't problem solve because they have the internet, you know, at their fingertips all the time. And though yes, that's a good thing in a lot of circumstances, for a developing child, always having the answers given to you is not good, because you don't have that the ability to think constructively and like take in problems and come up with solutions. So boredom is actually good for you, at least, at the very least, as a child, if not as an adult. Letting yourself kind of do nothing. There's a book called I think it's like The Art of Doing Nothing or something, or like How to Be Bored is another one. Both of those books are basically very much about that psychologically and what that means. I hate drinking hot tea when it's hot outside. That's the only thing that's going to help my throat. But that is an excellent point. I like that. Alright. So what the fuck was I saying? Okay, so, right. Vengeance, naivety, and stubbornness. Hi, buddy. Did you eat? Yeah, he's running away from me whenever I, like, hand him food. But if I leave it there for long enough, or if I, like, follow with him and kind of, like, back off, he'll eventually start eating. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on with that. I'll fix it for that matter. Maybe he got hurt. Well, we know he got hurt. That's why Thumbs went to the vet last week, was because they fell out of the first story, luckily, window. They had a knockdown drag out their first one, and they actually got out of the house for their first time. They've never been out of the house. They are indoor cats, strictly. And so we all had a night. Thumbs got hurt. He's okay now. And we thought Little was unhurt. He was, you know, a little spiky, hissing at Thumbs quite a bit, but he seemed completely okay otherwise. We checked him over and he seemed fine, but Thumbs was limping, and that's why we took him to the vet. So it's just, I did grab Asher by the scruff to get him inside to make sure he didn't freak out and, you know, take my arm off. But he's not afraid of me at any other time except for when I'm feeding him, and it's not like we were feeding him when he got hurt, so I'm not sure why he's, you know, connecting those two things. I really don't know. But he's going to the vet tomorrow, so we'll figure out if there's anything we need to do. And he's like, whenever I come towards him with food, he starts like smacking his lips, almost like either he's getting nauseous or he's salivating a lot. I don't know. But I don't know. We'll figure it out at the vet tomorrow, which is going to give us another week of him being traumatized, because neither of them do entirely well with the vet. But at this point, he's acting completely normally except for when we feed him. He's even back to not hissing at his brother anymore. They haven't hissed for a couple days, so that makes me happy. But they've both been weird around food, and I don't know why. It's just frustrating. It's just like one of those things where I wish I could talk to my cat for 5 minutes. It's like 5 minutes out of the year. I just want to be able to turn that on and off and be like, hey, can you tell me what the fuck is wrong with you? And can I tell you that I don't mean you harm? I love you more than life its fucking self, so I need you to trust me. But unfortunately, the kitties don't speak English, and I don't know the awakened spell, which would be a nightmare, honestly. Awakened cats would be awful. Anyway. Alright. The question is not how Sharess is born out of whatever this next event is. It's more of how Majir is born out of it. So, Sharess coalesces in this... into this physical form of the Raven Queen's anger and all of this stuff, born of her holding on to these feelings. But where does the meditation, wisdom, and focus come from? Does Melora just start... Does the wisdom come... Okay. The wisdom might come from Melora's recognition that her sister is feeling the way she does. Perhaps. So she comes to her sister and tries to make peace with it, but there's stubbornness. And Mallory does not... Born another fight? Because this, I mean, as I'm describing it, the only thing that it would be like them exchanging words again, and then these guys being born out of their words. So I want something a little different, since we've already done that. I'm just trying to figure out what. So... Okay, see you later, Stinks. Have a good day. I'll see you around. I might be hitting a wall here today, creatively, because my brain. And I'm stressed about the cats, of course. Maybe I can keep thinking of this in between. Oh, and Stinks did do the guide the raid thing, and now they've left. Ow! I didn't even think about that. I'm sorry, Stinks. I will raid the person that you asked me to. Hang on, let me make sure that they're actually streaming. Here. Okay, looks like it. Oh, they're... Oh, I think I've raided them before. They're a VTuber. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and, let's raid Dart Frog. And since I'm kind of hitting a wall creatively, it'll just make it easier, rather than, you know, push myself too much. Plus my throat being weird today, I don't want to push it and lose my voice or something. So, we'll go ahead and raid Dart Frog, and thank you guys for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. And we are gonna be back on Friday. Doing more stuff. I don't know. If you have any ideas for this stuff, please let me know, and I'll listen. But I will see you guys on Friday. Have a good day. Don't forget to take care of yourself and play pretend, because it's important. I will see you guys later. Bye.